Just a couple of days ago, a paper was released on Twitter that shocked the entire industry. Just kidding, this is not that kind of a video. The paper is about scaling transformers to 1 million token and beyond with RMT. The exact size of the token being 2 million, which is 50 times more than that of GPT-4. A token is nothing but a small unit of information like a text, a word, or a character that a language model like GPT uses to understand and process the information in a sentence. Well, although it generated a lot of hype on Twitter, but is the hype justified? We'll take a closer look at the model, its limitations, and the trade-offs. Let's start with the main topic of the hype first, the 2 million figure. In the experiment, the RMT or Recurrent Memory Transformer model used memory with a total length of 2 million tokens. For comparison, the largest input size context reported is for Cold 5, which has a maximum input size of 64,000 tokens, and GPT-4 has a maximum input size of 32,000 tokens. As you can see, RMT significantly exceeds these existing models. The context size is basically the amount of information that a model like GPT can take into account when making predictions or decisions. A larger context size should, in theory, make a model more capable of understanding complex units and generating better outputs. But that's not necessarily the case. Let's take a closer look at how RMT model works. When a large input is given into the model, it is split into segments. Each segment provides its input to the next segment, and then the next segment does the same until we reach the last segment. This approach works really well as long as the information that you're looking for can be found in a single segment. But if you ask it a question that would require information from multiple segments, it will start to struggle. I'll explain it using an example of the Harry Potter series, since a lot of hype was created around this example as well. The entire Harry Potter series can fit into 1.5 million tokens. So if you want to find out which house Harry belongs to, or the color of Ron's car, sure, RMT can easily find that information. But if you asked it about Harry's relationship with Ron and Hermione and their developments throughout the series, RMT would probably struggle due to the vast amount of interconnected information dispersed across the entire series. I would still like to state that even the ability to look for a single fact in a very large document is a very useful feature. But it's not the same as GPT-4, where everything you provide as an input up to 32,000 tokens is tightly connected. Also, this is not a new approach. In the previous installment of the same paper, they mentioned the XL transformer that uses a similar mechanism. Another flaw that is not being addressed is the massive inference time, which basically is the time that it takes for a machine learning model to give you an answer. The cause for the hype is mainly Twitter, where people just look at the 2 million token, but that's Twitter for you. A lot of people still did point out the things that I've discussed, it's just that the hype is much louder. While we are on the topic of Twitter, a couple of days ago, Mikhail Parakin, the CEO of advertising and web services at Microsoft, announced that Microsoft will soon be adding long-term memory to Bing Chat. And by the announcement, I mean he just replied to a tweet. This can probably be to generate hype before the release or just to generate enough hype so that they release it. You will never know. Although long-term memory is a feature that will likely be added sooner or later, let's wait and see. We'll be covering that in depth whenever it comes out, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. In other Microsoft news, seems like Microsoft is working on its own AI chips that can be used to train LLMs like GPT. Microsoft relies heavily on NVIDIA for their GPUs like the A100 and the Big Daddy H100. Some of these H100 GPUs are selling for more than $40,000 on eBay. So it would make sense to try to offset that cost by trying to build a replacement in-house. This project to build its own AI chips is codenamed Athena. Although Microsoft says that these AI chips are a direct replacement for NVIDIA's, but the in-house efforts could cut costs significantly. I have my doubts. These GPUs are basically the shovels for the ongoing AI gold rush, and it wouldn't hurt Microsoft to sell some of their own. That's all the AI news for today. I would like to end on a note that even though the hype around RMT research might be a bit exaggerated, the 2 million token context size is a significant milestone. As we continue to push the boundaries of AI research, we can expect to see more advancements, both in the term of context size and model capabilities. This is just another step towards AGI. Thank you for watching, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.